Town Ball regular season wrapping up here on QCTV. The Anoka Bucs hosting the Princeton Panthers here tonight. Non-league game. Taylor Nelson on the mound coming up tonight. You guys, I know you're ready for the playoffs, but this is a good test to get you ready for the playoffs. A good team out of the Eastern Mini League, Taylor.
Yeah, they seem to have a pretty good record. We think we played them last year, won on a walk-off sacrifice fly, and seemed like a pretty good ball club. And I mean, we're trying to tune up a little bit for the playoffs, but still play to win the game, right?
Taylor, give me a little thought here, a little, just an update on how you guys have been playing as of late here. You had a monster month of June. You had a lot of close games in July, didn't you? I mean, you guys have been very close. The bats have continued to be pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of close games, a lot of games where we were having to come from behind, and came up a little short a couple of times against Blaine and Champlin Park, but really happy with how the team has, kind of faced that adversity and battled through it, and at least made them ball games where we're not, rolling over and kind of taking it. So, this team's got a lot of fight in it. We're a really good hitting team. Just depends on the defense and the pitching. So.
And you got the Good Luck Orange uniforms here tonight. I think those are always good.
Yeah, I love the orange uniforms. Some of the other ones maybe not so much, but love the oranges. So.
One more question. You're on the mound. You're starting here tonight. Give me an idea about you as a pitcher. What do you need to do to be successful?
Well, the guys always like to remind me that I don't throw as hard as I used to. Probably the oldest guy on the team. So I have to throw strikes, and I have to get ground balls, and hope that the guys play some good D behind me. So.
All right, Taylor Nelson with us here, getting ready. Good luck tonight, and good luck in the playoffs too.
Thank you.
All right, a lot more for you coming up. We're going to start out our broadcast. It's Princeton and Anoka coming up next here on QCTV Sports.
Touchdown! She hit the line on the far side, and the Rebels win.
Stop bleeding! Stop bleeding! He connects! Rebels with their first lead of the night.
And the Andover Huskies are your section champion.
And from Castle Field, beautiful early August night as the Town Ball season wraps up. We have an inter-league matchup, inter-class matchup, as the Class B Anoka Bucs out of the Metro Minny taking on the Class C Princeton Panthers out of the Eastern Mini League. And both teams open up the playoffs coming up here this weekend. Along with Pete Hayes, I'm Jim Erickson. Two teams with good records coming in. Princeton at 16-3 overall. Anoka coming in at 17-10. Both teams done with their league play, and now both teams can focus on the playoffs beginning this week, Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good test for both teams going into the playoffs. That's what you want going into the playoffs. Like you said, a couple of good records, a couple of good ball clubs. I think we're going to see quite a bit of different pitching out there tonight since the playoffs start on Friday. So You're probably going to see guys throwing 2-3 innings and keeping that pinch count down. But what a beautiful night for a ball game.
Anoka finished fourth in the Metro Minny with a 7-7 league record. Mentioned 17-10 coming in. Princeton, the number one overall seed out of the Eastern Mini. That's a 3-division league, and they finished with a league record of 15-1, and they are the number one seed going into their region tournament. They're in Region 1C. Meanwhile, Anoka is in Section 4B. So C calls them regions, B calls them sections. Can be a little bit confusing. Princeton has a good history of town ball, too. It goes back a long, long time. And they've made 18 state appearances, Pete. At one point in time in the 90s, 2000s, they made 8 in a row, 10 of 12 state tournament appearances, 10 out of 12 years from 98 to 2009. They had a runner-up finish, I want to see either 99 or 2000. And then their team actually went dark for a few years. And then they came back with the help of the new coach, John Patno. It helped to revive, along with some of the other guys, some of the old-timers in Princeton in 2016. And they've been playing town ball, and they've resurrected, and they've been to state tournament now. They were there in 2021 and also 2018. So they've gotten back to where they used to be here for the Princeton Panthers. Meanwhile, for Anoka, they've had a nice season. Tough league, though, when you play in that Metro Minny. They'll be battle-tested when the playoffs begin.
Yeah, absolutely. Anoka with some young players on the team that are putting them in good position.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. First pitch in the game from Castle Field on the way. It's Anoka and Princeton on QCTV Sports.
Andover, Minnesota. 34.84 square miles and 33,000 strong. Home of the Huskies. Residing in the state where hockey is king, with a new battle for the crown each winter. 16 teams, 14 games, one ultimate dream.
Burgers trying to goal! 15 seconds in, Andover takes a 1-0 lead.
But in the end, only 2 teams reigned victorious in the state of hockey.
Skated out in the corner. Andover has won the state title.
Which makes Andover the city of champions.
Takes the lead pass. They come in across into shot. Rebounds. Your champion.
Along with Pete Hayes, I'm Jim Erickson. Taylor Nelson on the mound here tonight for the Anoka Bucs. And we chatted with Taylor here in our pregame, getting ready for this one here. He's getting the start. And Taylor told me it's probably going to be pitchers by committee here with the playoffs beginning. He said that more than likely he'll probably get 2 innings, and then another guy will come in for an inning or 2, and they'll do that here during this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if Princeton does the same thing here, Pete.
Yeah, Princeton with a lot of young players also on their team, and like you were talking about earlier, Jim, it's nice to see Princeton back and being relevant in baseball again. And I know they've had a long tradition in high school baseball too. The field up there, nice field, been there for a long, long time. So, you know, you're looking for them to come back, and it looks like they're doing that right now.
Here's the fielding here for Anoka, and their manager J.D. Wells tonight on the outfield. Hauge, Nelson, Thompson. You see the infield, Tillman, Smith, Wells, and Piero. Hoffman behind the plate, and Taylor Nelson, we mentioned, will be on the mound. Nelson's numbers, making his 8th start, as we'll get the batting lineup here in just a minute. Nelson 3-2 with a 1.14 ERA. For the Panthers here tonight, and their coach and manager John Patnode. Tanner Kinney leads it off. He is leading off and out left field here tonight. Jake Carlson batting second and center. You see Dan Voce, second baseman, batting third. Then it's Spence, Scheffel, Dusowski, Hallbeck. Rademacher's doing the pitching tonight for the Panthers. And Sam Larson batting 9th and out in right field. And again, Taylor Nelson, 8th start. 1.14 ERA. He has been solid. He told me earlier he's probably the oldest guy on the team. So they give him a hard time where he's got to be a little more of a junker baller out there, but his numbers are pretty good.
Yeah, those are great numbers. 1.14, man, you'd take that on any baseball team that you have.
All right, the Princeton Panthers. Tanner Kinney steps in. His dad, Troy, was a longtime Legion coach up at Princeton. And Kinney, the left fielder, takes low, ball 1. Second pitch line to center right at Nelson. And we have one down here in the top of the first. Kinney's numbers, really impressive. He has hits in all 11 games, hitting .440, which is 3rd in the Eastern Mini, with 10 runs batted in. Solid on-base percentage as the leadoff man, but lines out to center here. One down, and the batter's Jake Carlson, the center fielder.
I'll tell you what, that's the kind of leadoff man that you want. So nice job by Taylor Nelson to get him out. He wants to get ahead in these counts. He's fallen behind the first 2 hitters, so you want to get that strike 1 in there before that ball 1.
His on-base per slugging is just under 1,000 for Troy Kinney. Here's Jake Carlson on the ground to third. Tillman steps in on the infield grass, 2 down.
Boy, that ball was hit on a line any way to the right or the left, and Tillman wouldn't have had much a shot at that, but it was right at Nate. Made a nice play, got it over to first base, and 2 down early here.
Princeton as a team hitting .310 with some pretty good bats, including this young man right here, Dan Voce. 10-game hitting streak coming in, hits of 13 of his 14 games he's played in. First pitch swinging here on the Taylor Nelson offering, fouled back, 1 strike.
There he is getting out in front. Probably going to see something off speed here.
Voce 421 average, 16 runs batted in. Hits this one sharply, but speared by Piero at first. And it's a nice little 3 up, 3 down, 1-2-3 inning here for the veteran Taylor Nelson. And Princeton goes quietly here in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. No score here with Anoka coming up for the first time tonight.
You know, coaching high school baseball, that's what we preach all the time. Location, location, location. It's not about speed. It's getting them.
Today we're going to try out a green field green. I think we're going to do it for 6 innings. It's going to be throw for dough. This is called throw for dough.
That's it. All right, we're going to the bottom of the first inning. We'll take a look at the Princeton fielding alignment behind Damon Rademacher, who talked about the numbers of Taylor Nelson. Rademacher making his 8th start, his 11th appearance. He's 8-0 for Princeton, 1.65 ERA, 65 1/3 innings pitched, 3 complete games. He has just 12 earned runs, 63 strikeouts, and 14 walks. He's given up 16 runs total and is 8-0 on the season. And in the field behind him, Hallbeck at third, Dusoski's at short, Voce is the second baseman, Scheffel at first. Nolan Spence behind the plate for Princeton tonight. In the outfield, it's Kinney, Carlson, and Larson. And the Anoka Bucs batting order here tonight. Nate Tillman will be leading it off here for the Bucs. 17-10, finished 7-7 in the Metro Minny. J.D. Wells will follow at second. Then it's Hauge. Jackson Hauge's had quite a season. He's been playing for the Bucs and playing in the Northwoods League for the Minnesota Mud Puppies. And Jackson Hauge back in the lineup here tonight for the Bucs, batting third, and in left field. Lucas Nelson batting fourth and center. Logan Piero made that nice play to end the inning over at first, batting fifth. And it's Nelson, the pitcher, Thompson, Smith, and Hoffman in that order here for the Anoka Bucs. No score as we get to the bottom of the first inning. What a difference a day makes, too, Pete, as far as the dew points.
I tell you, it was hot yesterday. It was hot.
First pitch here from Rademacher is off the glove of the catcher, Spence.
You know, you talk about Hauge, who's batting third for Anoka, played at Mankato State, was an all-section player down there as a sophomore. He's an Anoka kid, and he swings a nice stick.
1-0 pitch lifted in the air, right field. Larson, the Princeton right fielder, almost in his tracks, waits for it, 1 down.
Speaking of the old man, here he comes to the plate right now. J.D. Wells makes me feel really, really old. I don't know, J.D. when he was a young kid. But he still plays at a high level.
Has that average over 300 at 304, 9 runs batted in, 28 hits, 92 at bats. Anoka has 12 home runs on the season, and he gets hit. So Wells will take one for the team. J.D. down at first, hit by pitch, and a runner on here for the Bucs.
Yeah, I don't think that curveball got the break that he was looking for right there. Hit J.D. in the front leg. So the Bucs have a base runner here in the bottom of the first.
And here is Jackson Hauge, hitting .553. He has 47 at bats. I don't know if that qualifies for the league leaders, but it does. He's well ahead of the rest of the pack in the Metro Minny, hitting .553, 26 hits and 47 at bats. And he'll take low. Spence will block it. Ball 1. Last night he played in what is called the Major League Dreams Showcase in the Northwoods League. Had a hit and an RBI.
Yeah, that's quite the showcase right there. So good for Jackson to get there and show some people how he can play the game.
He's played 24 games, rips this one, caught in a line by Dusoski, and they're going to double him up. Wells is out at first. Hauge hit a bullet, and just like that, Anoka is done here in the first inning. They had the hit by pitch, but nobody left on. We played 1 inning. Anoka and Princeton here tonight. Town ball from Castle Field. No score on QCTV Sports.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
And Dusoski due up here to face Taylor Nelson. First pitch, strike one. One strike. Mentioned Nelson's ERA 1.14. He's given up just 5 earned runs in 39 1/3 innings. 1 complete game, 1 shutout, 23 strikeouts and 11 walks as he missed on the 0-1 pitch. It's 1-1. Spence, the catcher, bounces it towards short. Smith over towards third. Plants, fires. 1 out. It's 4 in a row set down to start the game here for Taylor Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson throwing strikes out there for Anoka and letting his defense work. And so far, the defense has done a nice job. Catching for him is Garrett Hoffman. Hoffman is, I believe, a senior this year at Bethany College down in Mankato.
Spence, who just batted, had a 6-for-6 game earlier this year, a la Kirby Puckett. The batter now is Scheffel. First pitch swinging, grounds to second. 3 pitches, 2 outs here in the second inning.
Oh, just the way you teach it right there by the Anoka infielders. You get your hands out in front, bend those knees, go down and get the ball and throw them out. So nice job by Smith at short and Wells at second base, and keep throwing strikes.
That'll leave it up to Tyson Dusoski, the shortstop. And he'll take the first pitch at the knees, 1 strike.
Dusoski's an Elk River kid. His dad used to play soccer for me. He was an all-state soccer player.
How about that?
Yeah, and son ended up being a baseball player. And I know, talking to Dad, he loves the game of baseball, and good player that played at Elk River High School.
2020 grad. Now getting some town ball in here with the Princeton Panthers. 0-2 pitch, misses outside. If Dusoski gets on, Luke Hallbeck on deck for Princeton. 1-2, swung on and missed. Changed speeds a little bit on him, and Dusoski out in front, and it's another 1-2 inning. Good 2 solid innings here for Taylor Nelson for the Anoka Bucs as he retires Princeton. 1-2-3 in the top of the second, 1.5, 0-0.
I think the way this is going, Jim, they'll probably have him go out there again. You know, his pitch count, I don't think he's thrown more than 15 pitches.
Well, here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 3 is 7, 8. Yeah, it's 12.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the standings here in the Metro Minny. Again, the Blaine Fusion won the championship. That is their 3rd consecutive, no, 4 out of the last 5. They did not win it last year. Champlin, the Low Gators, won the title last year. So Blaine finished at 11-2, followed by Champlin, 10-4, Coon Rapids, 9-5. Then you see Anoka and Forest Lake at 7-7. And over St. Michael and Centennial, bringing up the bottom 3 and the bottom half of the Metro Minny. Blaine has won 6 of the last 10. They've got something going there at Blaine when it comes to baseball.
Yeah, they really do. And that team over there, that town ball team, they keep bringing in new talent every year and go to the state tournament year after year. So they got a good thing going. It looks like it's continuing this year.
By the way, the divisional winners in the Eastern Minny this year, Quamba and Hinckley tied for the North Division. The Isani Redbirds won the Central, and these Princeton Panthers, 15-1, won the South Division. Here's Piero now. First pitch swinging, and he'll pull that foul bouncing ball, and it ends up bouncing towards the dugout. This is actually Lucas Nelson, excuse me. Piero in the on-deck circle. Then Nelson here in the bottom of the second inning. And the fastball hits the outside corner. 0-2.
Nelson, the center fielder for the Bucs tonight. Covers a lot of ground out there.
And Hauge lined into that double play, and that is a called strike 3. Good job by Rademacher, painting the outside of the plate, hitting the black on those last 2 pitches, and Nelson goes down, 1 out.
Yeah, here's Piori. Is that how we say that?
Piero.
He's been around a long time. I should know that name. Been playing here for the Bucs under Coach Wells for quite some time. Nice player.
At least that's what it was when I did the game against Coon Rapids back in July. So unless they changed it between now and then, or I got my notes wrong.
No, that sounded right to me.
Piero will take the pitch on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Taylor Nelson to follow. Anoka hitting .314 as a team. Both these teams hitting over 300. Very similar team batting averages. 1 ball, 2 strike count here. Rademacher, he works quick. Here's his pitch. Sweeping breaking ball. Good eye by Piero. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Piero, 297, just under 300. 9 runs batted in. The 2-2 pitch on the inside corner. Back-to-back punch-outs here. 2 down.
You know, that's back-to-back punch-outs looking. So obviously he's got some movement on that ball where he's fooling the Anoka hitters here so far.
Hey, happy birthday tonight to Trent Fredenberg. He's not in the starting lineup here tonight, but could see some action. Happy birthday to Freddie, as they call him. First pitch swinging here is Taylor Nelson on the ground to third. Hallbeck knocks it down, makes the throw, and Scheffel can't quite handle it at first. And Nelson is going to be safe on an error. And base runner here, second inning here with a base runner for the Anoka Bucs.
Yeah, I think he was a little surprised down there that he still had some time to get the ball over there. Rushed his throw, threw it into the dirt, couldn't come up with it over at first base. So Anoka has a runner on here with a couple outs.
Tanner Thompson, 290 hitter. Fredenberg, by the way, not in the lineup here tonight, nursing just a slight injury. He has an 8-game hitting streak that he's riding going into the playoffs and going into this one if he indeed sees some time in a pinch hit role as Thompson takes a strike. 1 strike. Thompson 6 runs batted in, 9 hits on the season. Nice breaking ball there, and it's 0-2.
He takes a little bit off on that breaking ball, and it comes across. It starts at the body and comes across that outside quarter. So that's one of his big pitches as I'm seeing so far.
2 down, 1 on, bottom of the second. And that's in the dirt, trying to get him to chase on the 0-2. And Thompson takes 1-2. Smith would bat for Anoka here if Thompson can get on. Here's the 1-2 from Damon Rademacher. Hit sharply on a hop to Voce at second. Underhands it over to Vosky, covering at second. And it's Anoka retired now here in the second. They do get the air. They leave 1 on. As we played 2, it's been 2 pretty quick innings here from Castle Field. Anoka nothing, Princeton nothing on QCTV Sports.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
If I could be you, you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Tanner Nelson starting his third inning of work. 12 innings pitched here through the first 2 innings. To say that he's been efficient would probably be an understatement, huh, Pete?
Yeah, that's for sure. 12 pitches. You're not going to get any better than that. And he starts off with a strike here in the third inning.
He faces Hallbeck, Rademacher, and Larson. Bottom third of the Princeton order. Delivers just a little bit low. First pitch is actually a ball, so it's 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0. Here's the Nelson pitch. Comes over the top, and that's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Caught that outer corner right there.
And the 2-1. Drop down, and you can see Taylor likes to use a few different angles of the arm angle, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does. It looks like he's got probably 3 pitches. That curveball, fastball. It looks like he also has a changeup. So you want to have more than a fastball and a curveball in this league, and it looks like he has an arsenal of at least 3.
2 balls and 2 strikes here with that foul ball. Leadoff man Hallbeck here in the third. Off the glove of Nelson. Having to hurry is Tillman. Will he have a play? He throws. Got him. Close play at first, but nice play by the third baseman Tillman. That'll go 1-5-3. 1 out.
Yeah, that was a close play right there. Tillman, he's a pitcher also, so has a good strong arm. Like that the umpire got out there and made that call. So that's big, getting that first out, start the third inning here.
We do have just the 1 umpire here tonight working behind the plate, so he's multitasking as Rademacher swings through the first offering off speed from Nelson. 1 strike. Rademacher, a .259 hitter here for Princeton, has one of their 6 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Up and in, 1-1. Jake Carlson leads the Panthers in home runs with 3. Got under this one, left side. Tillman, third baseman, towards the dugout. Looks like he's going to have room, and he makes the catch.
Yeah, nice job by Tillman here at Castle Field. You can go past that dugout into the pitching, the warm-up pitching area. A lot of parks, they don't allow that, but here, nice flat area over there, a lot of grass, so you can go in there and actually even onto that mound and make that catch.
And the batter now, Sam Larson. Yeah, a lot of places they'll have a white line there, right?
Right.
And they say you can't go in, so that's just a local ground rule here that they've allowed that. A little quirky, which is cool.
Yeah, I like it. It gives them a little bit more space to go after balls, and pitchers, they definitely like that.
Not quite as much space as Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, which that isn't the name, but it will always be that for me. And this one got away from Nelson, and Larson gets hit with a pitch. So second hit batter tonight. First one here for Nelson. And it'll be the first base runner tonight for the Princeton Panthers. The number 9 man, Larson, on. And we go to the top of the order with Tanner Kinney.
You know, I know Larson's a decent hitter for Princeton, but you sure hate putting him on base, hitting that number 9 hitter when you got a kid like Kenny coming up.
Yeah, hitting .440. Hits in all 19 games here this season for Tanner. And he'll take low and away, ball 1, 1-0. Princeton coming into tonight, they had a pretty good July. 7 wins. They've won 7 in a row. Here's a little bouncer to short. Smith, actually Tillman cuts it off and will throw it over to first and retire Kenny and the Panthers in the top of the third inning. No runs, no hits. They'll leave 1, 2.5. Quickest game we've had at any level here so far this season. Already to the bottom of the third, still no score.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're letting these defense work. Pitchers are throwing strikes. You got to love that kind of baseball. You know, you get some of these guys that go out there and throw in the mid-80s and they can't find the strike zone, and you sit here as an outfielder or an infielder and don't get any balls. And these 2 guys tonight, they throw strikes and you're on your toes and you're ready to go. So you love playing behind pitchers like this.
This season for Princeton against Metro Minny teams, this is their second game against a Metro Minny team. They also played the Andover Aces way back in May for their season opener and lost to Andover up at Princeton at beautiful Swede Solheim Veterans Field, 13-2. Meanwhile, for Anoka, this is their third meeting against an Eastern Mini League team. They had a victory against North Branch and also against the Hinckley Knights up at Hinckley when they won the tournament up at Brennan Field. And they were scheduled also to play the Ramsey Renegades back in May. That was canceled. I think this is the second. I don't know if this is the second all-time meeting, but based on the recent records, these two teams played once before. That was last year, a 10-0 Anoka win. They were supposed to play in 2013. That game got rained out. So I was going to ask either of the coaches if this is going to be kind of a new traditional end-of-the-season meeting here. You know, it's not a real long drive for Princeton, just down 169 or over. You can take the back roads down from St. Francis if you want. And so it's a pretty easy drive and good way, two good programs, a good way to kind of warm up for the playoffs.
Yeah, and you know, as a player, you like to play at Solheim Field, nice field, Castle Field, so why not?
And I just got a brand new scoreboard up at Princeton. Their Legion team made it to state too, so their baseball program's very solid, top to bottom. Hunter Smith, the shortstop, leads it off here for Anoka. Rademacher starting his third inning of work. Struck out a couple in the last inning. He has 2 strikeouts for the game. Adding to his season total, 65 strikeouts now and 67 a third innings, almost a strikeout an inning.
Smith, a shortstop for the Bucs, also one of their top pitchers.
He'll step in, a little tight. Ball 1 here to Smith. Smith, .212 average, 14 hits, 66 at bats, 4 runs batted in. Here's a called strike, 1-1. Couple of hitting streaks here. Lucas Nelson is a 16-game hitting streak, and he has hits in 23 of 24. He's hitting cleanup here tonight for Anoka. That's not a bad season.
No, I would have liked to have 16 hits in the season.
Exactly. 1-1 pitch fouled away, 1-2.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He's going to have his hands full tonight, though, to try to keep that going.
I mentioned Trent Fredenberg not in the lineup tonight with an 8-game hitting streak. Little flare, he reached out, just foul. Slice just to the left of the left field line. And it'll stay 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Fredenberg is a guy who has hits in 5 of 16.
Yeah, it doesn't help not having him in the lineup tonight. Good hitter for Anoka. You know, a kid like Smith is kind of a streaky hitter, left-handed hitter. He will go the other way, which I love seeing that left-hander going the other way via Rod Carew, Luis Ariz, you know, those guys that, you know, can hold off a little bit and do just like that.
He does it again, and Kenny will play it on a bounce in left field. Base hit for Hunter Smith, and he's on at first and really going the other way, going with the pitch. It's becoming a lost art.
Yeah, you just have to let that ball travel a little bit. You know, Joe Mauer was another guy who did that. He could go the other way with the best of them, that's for sure. So, yeah, especially when you get a couple strikes on you, you got to choke and poke.
Garrett Hoffman, the catcher, 269 on the season, 12 runs batted in with a home run. And fastball, he takes it strike 1. Princeton's had some close, Anoka's had some close games here. You know, they were 9-1 in June and then 5-5 in July. They've had some injuries. Pitching was a little up and down at times. The hitting has been pretty steady, according to J.D. Wells. Lost a close one to Blaine. That was a wild one. Blaine hit a 3-run homer in the 9th to take the lead. Then Anoka came back. Hauge a 2-run bomb. And then Fredenberg hit one to the warning track to end the game. Then almost turned it around and sent it in favor of the Anoka Bucs.
Well, I'll tell you, Jim, this town ball, it's who's available to play.
Right.
Who's the pitching matchup? You know, it's
who's on vacation,
who's
on,
not. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Who couldn't get a babysitter? I mean, the factors always play in. 1-2 here to Hoffman. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. That Blaine game was here at Castle Field, a Sunday afternoon game. Back on the 17th of July, it ended up being 9-8 Blaine.
That's fun baseball, too. Don't
get
me wrong.
Yeah. Foul tip back into the glove of Spence, and he holds on. And Hoffman down swinging, 1 out.
I mean, just like tonight, having a guy like Hauge here who hasn't been here a lot because he's playing in that wood bat makes a lot of difference. You know, we've only seen him once here, but we're going to see him a few more times, and believe me, he's a good hitter.
Here's Nate Tillman, 7-game hitting streak entering tonight. Has hits in 14 of 15 games. And he'll take here high, ball one. Batting in the bottom of the third, no score. Tillman, 290 average. Again, hits in 14 of his last 15. Hits this one on the ground. A second chance for Voce. Will only have one play. Just not hit hard enough, and that new infield grass here at Castle Field really kind of slowed that up, gobbled it up. And that gets the runner to second, now with 2 down.
Well, I'll tell you what else they've done is the mound and home plate area. It's different than I've seen. It's kind of what they have at Target Field, where it's kind of a black clay underneath the top of the shavings on top, and so it's interesting, but players seem to like it.
J.D. Wells inside out swing, fouls it to the right, 1 strike. Wells hit by a pitch and was part of that line out throw out double play, 6-3.
Well, he has a chance here to put his club ahead.
Yep.
2 outs and a runner on second.
1 strike pitch to him. Good eye there, 1-1. Wells 304 coming in, 9 runs batted in, 28 hits, 92 at bats. Lucas Nelson leads the team in at bats and plate appearances, 107 and 113 respectively. There's a check swing back to the screen, and Rodmacher's gotten ahead here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, and the potential first run of the game at second base here for Anoka.
You know, JD's got to shorten up a little bit here. Wouldn't be surprised if we see that bender that he throws with 2 strikes.
1-2. Came back with a fastball, tried to sneak it on the inside corner. Might have been a little low, 2-2.
Yeah, nice thing right now as a pitcher, you don't have to give in to him because you have first base open.
2-2 again inside, and that'll fill the count. That's our first full count for either pitcher here tonight. They've been very good. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Wells with Jackson Hauge on deck. With 2 down. On the ground to second. Voce another chance. Bobbled it. Grabs it on the hop. Throws it to first, but it's wide. And Scheffel can't get it. And Anoka's going to score on that air. 1-0 Anoka.
Yeah, that's a big error right there. That's a play that has to be made. Ground ball right at the second baseman. Bobbled it a little bit, then hurried his throw and threw it away. And the Bucs go up 1-0.
And Wells ends up in scoring position at second. Here's Jackson Hauge. We mentioned the Minnesota Mud Puppies, which is a new team in the Northwoods League because the Thunder Bay team had to fold. So they needed to make up all these home games for these other teams that already had Thunder Bay on the schedule. So they made up a team based out of the Twin Cities, and Jackson Hauge is on that team. They only play road games. They don't have a home field. They don't have a home stadium or a home park. They are basically the road warriors. And he's had a nice season for them as well. 294, 2 home runs, 14 runs batted in, 24 games in the Northwoods Wood Bat League. Of course, also used the Wood Bats here in the amateur game. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count to Hauge. Lined out to short, first at bat.
Well, Hauge's a baseball kid. He would drive 100 miles a night to go play a baseball game.
1-1 pitch. Oh, and he turns on this one. High and deep to left. Kinney will watch it leave. 2-run home run by Jackson Hauge. 3-0 Anoka.
Nice little bat flip there by Jackson. He knew that one was gone, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. This kid can hit. He's got a couple more years down at Mankato State, but he has some power, and that one was way out of here, Jim.
Nice crack of the bat with that wood bat. Knocks in a pair. His 4th home run of the season. RBIs 14 and 15. And 3 unearned runs here charged against Princeton's Damon Rademacher.
Yeah, errors will cost you, and that cost Princeton 3 runs. Got their work cut out for them now. A lot of ball to play, though.
Cleanup hitter Lucas Nelson will take low, ball 1. Nelson, 16 games in a row he's hit safely. 1-0. Misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Anoka opens up the section playoffs Friday against Forest Lake here at Castle Field. 2-0. Little chopper, another chance here for Voce. Charges, throws, got him. Nelson is down, but damage done here for Anoka in the bottom of the third inning. 3 runs, 2 hits, the costly error, and nobody left on. 3 full. We go to the fourth, and Anoka has a 3-0 lead here on QCTV Sports.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Very low in the pitch count department. He's going to start the fourth inning here and face Princeton's Jay Carlson, Dan Voce, and Nolan Spence.
Well, he's been getting ahead in the count here, Jim, so hopefully he can keep doing that if you're a Bucs fan.
Missed that one inside. 1-0 to the Princeton center fielder. Carlson grounded to third the first inning. 0 for 1 tonight. The 1-0 is a strike, 1-1.
Some umpires kind of liking that outside corner.
1-1. Breaking ball, missed. 2 balls and 1 strike. Today was the anniversary, 1987, of Joe Niekro getting caught with sandpaper and emery boards in his pockets in Anaheim. Tim Cheetah, the Twin Cities native, was on that crew that had to make that call. I think he was the crew chief, in fact. There's a called strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes. They got a lot of play out of that, too, because
they caught him dead to rights, that's for sure.
It was really hard for him to, he was saying he was just for his fingernails. Here's a pop-up left side. This one actually carrying, but the center fielder Nelson will track it down. Carlson down, 1 out. But they got a lot of play out of it because Joe Niekro got to go on Letterman. Huey Lewis was doing a concert in the Twin Cities. He threw out the first pitch when the Oakland A's were in town. That's one of Huey's local towns. Of course, he's from the Bay Area. So he's got a belt sander hanging from his tool belt as he goes out to home plate for the ceremonial first pitch, as the first pitch here to Dan Voce misses. 1-0. Voce 7th in the Eastern Minny in batting average coming in to tonight, hitting .421. 0 for 1 tonight, grounded to first, and he fouls this one off. 1 ball, 1 strike. And then, of course, the homecoming celebration at the Metrodome after the Twins won at Detroit in the ALCS. Joe had emery boards and everything in his pocket, and he was throwing them to people. Here's a toss over to first. 2 down now as Voce's retired.
Yeah, he probably made more money off of that than he did on his career.
And probably the sales of emery boards were probably crazy as well. It's the best year for emery boards.
Oh, man.
All right, 2 down here in the top of the fourth for Princeton. They'll leave it up to their number 4 hitter, cleanup man, Nolan Spence.
Well, they're keeping Nate Tillman busy down there at third base, and he's done a great job so far, fielding everything that's hit at him.
Inside ball 1, we mentioned Nolan Spence. Game last month against Now, then he went 6 for 6. 1-0 pitch, lined right back to Nelson. Off his glove, picks it up, over to first. And a nice 1-2-3 inning. 3 of the 4 innings that Nelson has worked here for Anoka been 3 up, 3 down. First, second, and now here in the fourth. He has looked very good in a little non-league tune-up going into the playoffs. So we'll move it to the bottom of the fourth inning, 3.5. It's 3-0 Anoka.
Well, very sad day yesterday, Jim, as you know, with Vin Scully passing away, and he was the best. He absolutely was the best. I remember as a kid listening to him. And, man, he was a real class act. Did some football. He was the guy who called the catch in San Francisco.
Yes, yeah, he did football, and I think he did, or I might be thinking of Pat Summerall. I wasn't sure if he did golf for CBS as well, but yeah, he could do all sports, and just the way he painted the picture. You know, most of his Dodger career, he worked without a color man, and he was on radio most of the time, and he just painted a picture unlike anybody else.
Well, in the 65 World Series, just heard this today, they'd take a announcer from each team. So it was the Dodgers and Vin Scully and Halsey Hall for the Twins. How about that combination?
It's a heck of a combination.
So Halsey was probably the color commentator, and Vin did the play-by-play.
There's nobody more colorful than Halsey Hall.
No, that's for sure. But man, oh man, what a combination that is right there.
Yeah, 94 years old, spent 67 seasons as the voice of the Dodgers from Brooklyn and then on to Los Angeles. Quite the career.
Yeah, his later years, he said, this is what I need right now, to be away from the crowd and just reminiscing on his life. But yeah, great man.
Logan Pierro, Taylor Nelson, and Tanner Thompson, 5, 6, and 7, the do-batters. Here for Princeton. Princeton's got a new pitcher out there, too. Rademacher went the first 3 innings. And it looks like Luke Hallbeck, number 9, is now pitching. That means that we also have a new third baseman. And it looks like that's Rademacher. So Hallbeck pitching. Rademacher over at first base. And the leadoff man, Logan Pierro, struck out looking against Rademacher back in the second inning. Here's the Hallbeck pitch, fouled away, 1 strike.
Only difference in the game right now is an error by Princeton that opened the gates for Anoka, and the bomb by Jackson Hauge.
And a bomb it was. 1 strike here to Pierro. That one's hit hard, sharply, and past Rademacher down the line. Pierro will stop at first with a single. 3rd hit of the game here for the Bucs, and the leadoff man on in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, he turned on that fastball, put it right down the line. So the Bucs start off with a single here, get that early man on here, and see if they can add on to that 3-0 score.
Luke Hallbeck, his 8th appearance. He has 6 starts, so just his 2nd relief appearance. 4-1 on the season for the Princeton Panthers with a save, 33 1/3 innings pitched, and an ERA of 2.16. Facing Taylor Nelson. Nelson reached on an error and then was forced out at second. Takes a strike here, 1 strike. Hallbeck, 22 strikeouts, 12 walks, 8 earned runs, 28 hits, and 33 1/3. Misses here, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nelson up there looking to help himself out here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Both of these teams respectable ERAs. Little flare out to left. Kinney comes in. He'll gather it up. 1 out. Pierro back to first.
You know, that's not an easy catch at this time of night, Jim. That sun's going down, and left field and shortstop and third base are a tough place to play here at Castle in the evening.
That'll bring up Tanner Thompson, fielder's choice in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Here in this one tonight, Anoka wearing the Halloween orange uniforms. I talked to some of the players around the batting cage, and they were saying, what's your favorite uniform? Good bunt here by Thompson. And he got him. Nice play by the catcher, Spence, 2 down. That does move Pierre over to second. We'll give him a sacrifice on that play, but now 2 outs with Hunter Smith stepping to the plate.
Well, Smitty with a base hit to left field his last time out. Be a nice insurance run for Anoka if they can get him in.
Bucs have 3 different combinations, 3 different tops, 3 different pants, and they can mix and match. But they think that the Halloween orange uniform they're wearing tonight is the one that they wear most often. And the one they like the most, swing and a miss here for Smith's base hit back in that third inning. Scored one of the 3 runs.
Well, I'm sure JD likes mixing and matching those uniforms, knowing him and how much he's into baseball and everything that's associated with baseball, which is part of it is the uniform. So, yeah, they look sharp.
1 ball, 1 strike here to Smith. Swung on and missed, 1-2. 3 runs on 3 hits here for Anoka. All 3 runs unearned back in the third inning as they bat in the bottom of the fourth. Hoffman, the catcher, would bat if Smith extends the inning. Piero, the runner at second, fouled back. It'll stay 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Be interesting to see what Anoka brings out next inning here. I haven't seen any real action in the bullpen, so they might just stick with their starting pitcher, Taylor Nelson.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2.
Good take there by Smith.
Taylor will say, hey, Skip, I still got another inning in me. Two with 2 down. Hit the other way to short. Dusoski's got it. And that's all for Anoka. Bottom of the fourth. They are retired. No runs a hit. They leave 1. Move to the 5th. Anoka 3, Princeton nothing here on QCTV Sports.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She'd carry 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Back at Castle Field along with Pete Hayes, I'm Jim Erickson. Final regular season game here in Town Ball for both of these teams. The Princeton Panthers in their region, Region 1C. They are the number 1 seed. They have to wait and see who they will play in the quarterfinals. I believe there either be Chisago Lakes or Ramsey. The Renegades, the Bulldogs play in a piggyback, pigtail game, play-in game, first-round game. Call it what you will. They play on Thursday, and then the winner there will get the Princeton Panthers. And unlike Region or Section 4B, Anoka's section, it is not a best 2 out of 3 series in that first round. Here's a bouncer to first, flag down by Piero, and he'll win the race over to first. Gehrig Scheffel, what a great first name, named after Lou Gehrig. Bounces 1 out there, 1 down.
Well, Anoka continues to make the plays behind their pitcher. We're in the top of the 5th inning already as the game's been moving right along. 2-run home run by Jackson Hauge after a mistake by Princeton led to the 3 runs that Anoka has on the board.
Taylor Nelson has been strong as he faces Tyson Dusoski here. Pitch inside. Nelson has been sharp. The 1-0, low and away. I don't want to take total credit, but I think the fact that I warmed him up with that pregame interview, I think really loosened him. And I think he's been loosey-goosey on the mound here tonight for the Bucs.
You know, I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, little flare off the handle, and that is going to land in front of Hauge in left field. Little bloop base hit, and that's the first hit of the game here for the Princeton Panthers.
Yeah, he's been cruising right along. Dusoski gets to him there, kind of jammed him in on the handle and pushed it out into left field for the first hit of the game.
And now Luke Hallbeck, who's doing the pitching here for Princeton. Rademacher is now playing at third base in the on-deck circle. Hallbeck hit into a 1-5-3. First pitch swinging here, high in the air to center. And Nelson waits for it, 2 down. 1 pitch, 2 down now, and that'll leave it up to Rademacher. And we're going to get a hitter in his spot here, it looks like. It's going to be Sam Larson will be batting here. But you look at the roster for Princeton and talking to John Patino. Oh, I guess it's not going to be him. They're going to bring Rademacher back out. So number 12, Sam Larson, had come out. Unless he was he just the bat boy? Did he just come out and get the bat?
I think he did.
That might have been what it was.
I think he did.
Fooled me. Here's the bouncer to short. Actually, Tillman will cut it off in the inside infield grass, and he throws it over to first. Nice play by Tillman. Tillman's been a busy man at third here tonight for the Anoka Bucs. And a relatively easy inning here. Princeton gets their first hit of the ball game in the top of the 5th inning, but no runs, and they leave 1. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. We've played 4.5, and again, on the strength of those 3 unearned runs and the big 2-run home run by Jackson Hauge, it's 3-0 Anoka.
You know, I was wondering what they were going to do this second time around against Nelson, because Nelson doesn't throw that hard. I was wondering if they might start timing him up a little bit better here the second time around, but that is not happening because Nelson is just doing what he's doing. He's hitting the spots, hitting the corners, throwing a mix of pitches, and keeping Princeton off balance.
Section 4B playoffs, first round, best of 3. Here are the matchups. Anoka opens up against Forest Lake here at Castle Field Friday night at 7:30. A game, I do believe, that we'll have here on QCTV, QCTV.org, and our YouTube channel. Second game of the best 2 out of 3 will be Saturday at Wintercrest, and then game 3, if necessary, would be on Monday. And it says on the league website that would be the high seed. That would mean that would be at Forest Lake. Forest Lake's the 4 seed, Anoka the 5. Blaine got the 1 seed. Number 2, Champlin, Coon Rapids 3. Forest Lake 4, Anoka 5. Andover 6, St. Michael 7, and Centennial the 8 seed. The other matchups beginning on Saturday, Champlin and St. Michael, Coon Rapids and Andover, Blaine and Centennial, all at Wintercrest on Saturday. It'll be a busy game, busy day at Wintercrest.
Yeah, it's a nice park over there. A lot of ball games are played there. They do a nice job keeping it up. What I've heard from one of the Anoka players that they think they're going to see Cam Klein on Friday night. Cam Klein is one of the better pitchers on Mankato State. He's a senior and hasn't played a whole lot for him during the year, but they see Cam Klein, and it's going to be a little bit different than what they're seeing tonight because that kid can throw.
Garrett Hoffman, strikeout victim, his first at bat. Little check swing, flare into right, and coming in strong is Larson. Not quite a full swing there. Hoffman wasn't sure. And into right field, Larson with a nice running catch into shallow right center field, 1 out.
Yeah, Larson got a nice jump in that ball out in left field. Good speed. Came in and made a nice catch in that.
Top of the order for the Bucs. Here's Nate Tillman. Fly out, ground out, 0 for 2 tonight. Just 4 combined hits in the game. With Anoka batting in the bottom of the 5th. And again, Hallbeck in relief of Rademacher went the first 3 innings. His line, 3 innings pitched, 3 runs, all unearned, 2 hits, struck out 3, hit a batter. And the 1-ball pitch in the air down the right field line. Larson drifting towards the line and makes the catch in fair territory. 2 down.
Yeah, Larson took one to the right, took one to the left. Left-handed right fielder for Princeton. Moves pretty well out there, so there's a couple of quick outs for Princeton here in the bottom of the 5th.
And J.D. Wells reached in an air. It's hit by a pitch. Here he turns on one, hits it well down the left field line. Get up, and it is off the fence on the fly. And Wells will trot into second with a double. A line shot that almost left just to the right of the left field foul pole, the 365-yard marker or 365-foot marker down that left field line. And Wells has himself a double.
Yeah, J.D. jumped on that first fastball and got all of it and put it right down the line, probably about 3 feet from going out of here on a line drive. So nice job by J.D., and that brings Hauge up with first base open.
Hauge had that liner into the double play back in the first inning and then hit his 4th homer of the season back in the 3rd, 2-run shot. That is the bomb that made it 3-0. That's where we're at right now. Hauge fouls this one away to the right, 1 strike.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised that they're pitching to him, but you know what? Let's do it, right?
Mm-hmm. 10-game hitting streak coming in. Of course, he's been limited to 10 games. He's hit in all 10 games. He has played here with the Bucs when he can, playing in the Northwoods Leagues with those mud puppies.
A nice heads-up play there by J.D. Wells. He just stole third base.
So he's on at third now with 2 down. And off the end of the bat, foul back. No balls, 2 strikes to Hauge. If he gets on, Lucas Nelson, not a bad stick behind him in the number 4 spot.
You know, that's just good baseball IQ right there. The pitcher didn't look at him at all. He basically walked into third base.
Hall back to the plate, swing and a miss. Got him up the ladder a little bit and out and away. And Hauge might have been looking for something different there. And on 0-2, Hallback gets him to swing and miss. And that's all for Anoka in the bottom of the 5th inning. They get a hit. They leave 1. We're already to the 6th inning here tonight. Beautiful Castle Field and a beautiful August night. 3-0 Anoka leading Princeton. Town ball on QCTV.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Stem is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Nelson back out on the mound here to start the 6th inning. 5 innings of 1-hit ball here for Taylor Nelson. And he delivers a strike here. Sam Larson, the right fielder, 1 strike. Larson in the top of the order for Princeton. Kinney and Carlson.
Yeah, Larson got on last time. It's hit by a pitch. One of the few base runners for Princeton so far here tonight.
Yeah, they've only had 2. That one and the base hit by Dusoski. This one right back to Nelson. Has it in his glove. 1 out.
Well, good start there by Nelson. Wanted to keep him off the base with the hot hitting Tanner Kenny coming to the plate for Princeton.
Kenny's been held in check here tonight, 0 for 2. Reaches out, fouls it back, strike 1. Kenny lined to center, grounded to third.
He just has him real off balance, Jim. So he must have some good movement on his pitches tonight.
1 strike offering. That one tails away from the left-handed swinging Kinney. 1 ball, 1 strike. His dad played at Princeton High School grad. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I'm sure he played some town ball probably too.
Yeah. 2-1. And that just missed. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Don't want to put this guy on. Good speed for Princeton.
Hits the outside corner, fills the count 3-2. 1 out with Jake Carlson on deck. Princeton trying to get something going. Here's the payoff, and Kenny hits it the other way, fouled. He'll stay 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, nothing's been free so far tonight by Taylor Nelson. He's making everybody earn it.
Payoff is outside, ball 4. So Kenny did a nice job. Got deep in the count, and draws a walk. First one given up by Nelson, just the third base runner for Princeton. But they get a runner on, and the center fielder, Jake Carlson, with a chance here 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a fly out.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of lead he gets over there and whether he's going or not here early in the count.
Popped up right side, out of play. Strike one.
I was going to say, listen for the bang. It's coming.
Up on the roof?
Up on the roof.
Little drifters up on the roof.
That's right.
Kenny does have one stolen base. Piero holding with him there. Off-speed breaking ball. Called strike. Had him frozen. No balls and 2 strikes.
Just heard from the crew that they had one break the windshield.
I was here for that. That was the game Coon Rapids and Anoka here back in July. No balls and 2 strikes. That misses 1 and 2. Those are the dangers.
Those are the dangers. I park so far away.
I'm almost on the other side of the hockey arena. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 down. In the air. Shortstop Smith out. It'll be the left fielder calling him off. Hauge does a nice job taking command in the outfield. 2 down. That'll leave it up for Dan Voce here for Princeton.
Oh, nice to see Hauge in the outfield there. I know for Coach Blancett at Anoka, he was a third baseman most of the time. And the more position you can play, the better opportunities you have to advance in baseball.
Voce tonight. Grounded to first and to third. This one is sharply hit to center. So Voce has himself a hit, second hit of the game. He extends his hitting streak as well. He came in with a 10-gamer. That's now 11 games now in a row. An 11-game hitting streak for Dan Voce as he is able to extend that there. And a little something going here with 2 down, first and second. And the cleanup hitter, Nolan Spence.
Well, that's who you want with guys in scoring position. He's there for a reason. An RBI guy is Spence for Princeton. A couple outs here. See if he can clutch up and get him on the scoreboard.
Hitting .333, 0 for 2 tonight. Turns on this one, but he got under it. It'll be Hauge again, calling off the shortstop Smith. And Princeton, they threaten, but they do not score here in the top of the 6th. Couple of hits. And 1 hit with the walk, so they had 2 on. They leave 2 with the 1 hit, but no runners across here as we go to the bottom of the 6th here, 5.5, and it's still 3-0 Anoka.
The thing that's impressing me with Anoka so far is their defense. You know, their pitchers throwing strikes, getting them to hit balls in the air, but when the balls are in the air, someone's usually getting to it. The balls are on the ground, especially Nate Tillman. He's making all the plays over there, and everybody else is too. So a real clean game here so far for Anoka.
And Anoka in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lucas Nelson, Logan Piero, and Taylor Nelson, the new batters.
Looks like we have a new pitcher for Princeton, Eric Norman.
Third pitcher of the game is going to be Eric Norman. Norman was not in the lineup. Look for me there. Did they put Hallbeck back at third?
Looks
like they are. 9 is going to be heading back to third.
Actually, he's heading out to left field, and 15.
Oh, they're really messing me up now.
15 is now our third baseman, who is Nolan Spence. So Spence has moved from catcher to third base. Can't quite, looks like number 1, who is Damon Rademacher, is now the catcher. So same guys in the lineup, just moving around to different positions except our pitching position, which is now taken over by Eric Norman.
Eric Norman, another Princeton native, and that's been the key for them in being able to resurrect their town team is the local players. Again, there's some from Elk River, some from Zimmerman. They've got one from Cambridge, but mostly a Princeton core and nucleus. And the first pitch for Norman here, the right-hander delivers ball 1. Facing Lucas Nelson, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2 tonight, leading off the bottom of the 6th inning. There's a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Gotta love the way that these pitchers are throwing strikes tonight. Every time I say that, they throw a ball.
Right. And for Norman, I do not see him on the pitching stats. So this, according to the stats, his first appearance on the mound for Princeton. 3-1 pitch is a strike, so now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Eric Norman, a 2015 grad of Princeton High School, and he misses on the payoff pitch, and it's a walk. Nelson's on at first here for Anoka, leading off the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, good start for Anoka there, getting that leadoff man on.
Rademacher started, went 3 innings, gave up the 3 unearned runs. Hallbeck pitched 2, and now Norman in relief here starting the 6th. Piero, first pitch swinging, strike 1.
Yeah, I don't think Piero's bunting. He's not playing town ball to bunt.
Takes a cut here, slow roller. Voce at second. Gets the out over at first. We got a new first baseman playing out there as well. Scheffel's now playing. Oh, he has been there. I just had the wrong number for him. Number 20, he's out there. I had him as number 5 on my sheet. That was a nice play. Voce over to Scheffel. That did basically, it served as a sacrifice bunt. Nelson gets to scoring position at second base. Doesn't count though as a sacrifice. 1 out, Taylor Nelson, who has pitched well here tonight, takes strike 1. Here's Norman's pitch in the dirt. Past Rademacher all the way back to the backstop, and now moving 90 feet away is Nelson. Anoka potentially looking to add to their lead. They scored all 3 of their runs in the 3rd. They lead it here 3-0.
Looks like the Princeton infield is coming in. Second baseman staying back. Shortstop's in, so I don't know if there's some miscommunication there. That they're just bringing it in on the left side of the infield and keeping the right side back as the first baseman and second baseman were back on that pitch. Looks like they've moved up now here in the second pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Taylor Nelson. Reach and an air, fly to left. 1-2. Low and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Rademacher now behind the plate. Spence moved from catcher to third, and Hallbeck, who had pitched the last 2 innings, is out in left field.
Your job as a hitter right here is to hit that ball to the outfield, get that run in.
2-2.
Hit
well, but left fielder Hallbeck will be there to make the catch, but that'll be good enough for Nelson. He'll tag, he'll score. 4-0 Anoka.
Just what you have to do right there. Helped himself out. 2-2. Gets the ball to the outfield, and Anoka goes up by 4. Nice piece of hitting.
Yeah, Taylor Nelson will get an RBI on that. RBI number 11 on the season for him. And with 2 outs now, here's Tanner Thompson. Thompson, fielder's choice and a sacrifice. First pitch from Norman. The other way, foul. Shadow starting to play a role here in the infield at Castle Field.
Going to try to get it going again here for Anoka. 1 on the board already with 1 out. Already at the 6th inning, Jim. Man, this game's been flying.
1 strike pitch, fouled back. 0-2. And I don't mind seeing a fast-moving 7 o'clock start when you got to get up at 4 in the morning.
Good point. Good point.
I probably just jinxed it. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 down, and that's in the dirt. Nice block there by Rademacher.
I think I'll be listening to you at about 9.
1 ball, 2 strikes. You get to sleep in that retired life. 1-2 up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Only other game tonight involving Metro Minny teams. Blaine hosting the new Richmond Millers in a non-league game. That's low. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Tanner Thompson.
You know what 9 is. Gone but not forgotten.
Yes. This one's fouled to the right. And it'll stay here, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
He's taking some good hacks up there right now. He's not getting cheated, that's for sure.
In the air, right side. Right fielder Larson is going to make the catch. Anoka down, but they add to their lead. A run without the benefit of a hit. Walk and a sacrifice fly and a stolen base and moving guys around.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
The St. Paul Saints are back. Jordan dives, has it, goes second for 1, on to first, double play! In the air, right field, well hit, way back, it is gone! Catch live coverage of tomorrow's big league stars right here on this community station.
Waiting to see who will make their way to the mound. I don't even know if the Bucs are sure yet here at this point.
What? Emma can throw them with you. I have Nash. Doesn't everyone throw one?
Looks like we got a little game going on over there. We can get closest to the bucket.
Oh, I see. And who's throwing? Oh, fans are throwing it. I see.
Think
They're
they
throwing
get
it
half
from
the
the
pie.
dugout. Okay. I had to look around the corner here to see that. It's kind of like the chuck-a-puck in hockey. Can you get it in the bucket? Not yet. There's a couple of bouncers. Very close.
I think they even said that a player can throw it for you.
Oh, that's handy. Ball number 40. Our winner tonight. Yep. Our Mike's picking it up.
40.
Nobody knows who 40 is. There she goes. There's 40.
And it goes back to, it's kind of like the Mega Millions, right?
That's
If
right.
there's no winner, nobody steps forward to claim it. Just rolls over to the next time.
Well, there's a lot of close balls there.
Close but no cigar. And Trent Frederberg on his birthday gets a chance here to pitch. I want to say that JD said he was, I didn't write it down, he's either 23 or 24. How old do you think Trent Frederberg is?
I'm guessing about 23. Used to play here at Anoka, so I had an opportunity to coach him. Did a little bit of pitching for us. Good hitter like you were talking about earlier, but good arm, throws the ball hard.
In relief of Taylor Nelson. Tough act to follow, as good as Taylor pitched in the game here tonight. 6 innings pitched, no runs. Gave up just the 2 hits. You know, he didn't strike any. He struck 1 out. He struck out Dusoski back in the 2nd inning. So 1 strikeout, walked 1, and again leaves the game with a 4-0 lead.
Well, you want to see him to continue to throw strikes here. You know, you get to this portion of the game and you start counting outs. You need 9 outs.
Yes.
You know, get an out, get an out. You have a 4-run lead, you just want outs.
Start doing the math and figuring out the odds. When you have the lead with every out, the chance of that other team coming back goes down exponentially.
You know, and you really want your pitcher coming in right now to throw strikes when the guy who was in there for 6 innings, that's all he did. So
yes.
You want to continue that as a team in the field and as the Anoka Bucs. So we'll see what Trent can do here and what Princeton can do to try to get on the scoreboard.
Fredenberg 2-0 on the season. This is his 7th appearance, all in relief. He's pitched 14 innings, 9 runs, 4 of them earned, 20 strikeouts, 9 walks, an ERA of 2.57 for the birthday boy, Freddie, Trent Fredenberg. And he starts out to Garrett Scheffel here with a strike, and now 2 strikes. 0-2. Scheffel, Dusoski, and Hallbeck, the new batters here in the top of the 7th for the Princeton Panthers. And the 2-strike pitch is high.
Good waste pitch right there by Fredenberg. I want to give him anything he can hit with a 0-2 count.
That's in the dirt. 2-2. Princeton trying to finish their regular season on an 8-game winning streak. They enter tonight having won 12 of their last 13 and 7 in a row. It did not lose in July. They were undefeated in July. 2-2. In tight. 3-2.
Yeah, you have a streak like that, you want to keep it going into the playoffs. But then again, sometimes it's good to have a loss late in the year.
This one, broken bat. And that's right at Piero, makes the catch. Bat splintered, flew in 2 different parts, and now it's kindling. One down.
There used to be a lot of those back in my day for the aluminum bat.
Right.
You know, you'd get 3 or 4 bats. I remember they'd let us go down to A&B Sporting Goods in Anoka, and you get to go down there in that bat room and pick 4 bats out, and you hope they lasted the whole year. That was like the coolest day of the year.
Batter is Dusoski, the shortstop, and it's low, ball 1.
Dusoski had a hit his last time up, 1 of 2 for Princeton.
1-0, swung on and missed. 1-1. Well, let me ask you this then. Do you remember about what year the high schools went from wood to aluminum? I know when I was in high school in the 80s, they'd already made the move. There's a roller towards second out of the reach of Wells and into right field. 3rd hit of the game for Princeton, a 1-out base runner with Dusoski on. He has 2 of those 3 hits tonight.
Well, I want to say, Jim, I had brothers who graduated in early 80s, and they were still using wood then.
Okay.
So, and I started coaching high school baseball in 89, and there were bats. So, I'm going to go 86.
Okay.
Are you going to give us the answer? Or?
No, I know. I didn't know. I was wondering if you knew. I think it might even be before that. As there's a throw over to first. Nice play by Frederick, getting the sure out at first. 2 down. That moves Dusoski to second base.
You know, I really wouldn't have even known that, except I remember in, I think it was 1989 or 90, we're playing Wayzata at Old Castle Field. They hit about 4 home runs, and their bats just sounded so much better than ours. And
really?
I remember Dave Bross was the coach at Anoka. Then I said, we got to get new bats, Dave. I said, ours sound like they're just thumping off here. And that's when you still gave kids bats, and now they go out and buy their own $500 bat. And boy, I remember the difference in aluminum bats right then.
1 ball here to Rademacher, who's now doing the catching. I was in high school in '86, and I think in my high school, well, I know because I played 7th grade baseball. That would have been like 1983, and we had aluminum bats in 7th grade.
All right.
So it had to have been pretty early in the early 1980s. Okay. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rademacher. 0 for 2 tonight. Lined into center on 1 hop. Nelson will play it. And at third, Dusoski will hold up there. Runners the corners for Princeton. You know, it's just a 4-0 game here. They string some hits together. They can get right back into this. And by the way, Taylor Nelson is now behind the plate, it looks like. Or let me look at my numbers here. No, it's still Garrett Hoffman.
Yeah, a couple hits here for Princeton. You know, different pitcher, different speed, and they seem to like this speed a little bit better than that they were seeing before. Fredenberg throws a little bit harder, it seems like to me, but he doesn't have some of those other pitches that Nelson was throwing for Anoka. We'll see if he can get out of it here.
Team manager John Patnode, a pinch runner over at first for Rademacher. So Patnode at first, Tusoski at third. Frederick trying to make it and keep it 4-0 here. And that pitch is down low.
Anoka
the batter is Derek Polkamp.
Anoka at double play depth right now, so they'll concede the run if they can. Well, actually, there's 2 outs.
Polkamp from Cambridge. And that's in the dirt. Nice block there by Garrett Hoffman. 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 down. Runners at the corners. Princeton trying to get their first run of the game. Polkamp hitting here. Pinch hitting situation for Sam Larson.
Well, I just got an email or a text from big baseball fan, Coach Blansett, said that 1974 was the first state to have aluminum bats was Colorado in 1974.
Fouled back.
Well, I'm here to tell him right now that I did not have one, and I graduated somewhere in that era. Maybe they just didn't
I'm sure
give
you
me
could
one.
remember that.
But Colorado was the first state to have aluminum bats where they were legal in 74.
3-2, a 2 down. This is right back to Frederick, and he will knock it down. And the birthday boy, Fredenberg, will play it over to first. Gets the out there, keeps Princeton off the board here in the top of the 7th inning. The Panthers certainly threaten, but they come up empty here. No runs, 1 hit, and they leave a couple on. And we'll move to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's still a 4-0 Anoka lead.
You know, I find that interesting, Jim, too. Think of Colorado and the way that balls carry there in the first place.
Oh, my goodness. You can just imagine making that move to the aluminum bats.
Yeah.
Guys are hitting it 100 yards farther than they did, like getting a new driver.
Okay. Looks like we have another new pitcher here for Princeton. See if we can come up with a number here. Kind of hard to see out there.
That's why I always bring the binoculars. Panthers are going to go with Garrick Scheffel. So Garrick Scheffel, who was at first, is now their 4th pitcher of the game. His dad, Troy, was a Princeton Tiger and a Princeton Panther. Some of these guys' fathers, I called their games 20 years ago.
And I coached hockey in Princeton in the early 90s, and I know that Voce name.
Yeah, well, his dad, Dan Voce Sr., or is it 3 of them? Gosh, Dan is going to give me a hard time for this. I can't remember if Dan's dad was also Dan, if there's 3 of them. If our Dan Voce here tonight playing at second base, if he's Dan Voce the 3rd. But Dan Voce playing in this game, his father, Dan Voce, was the hockey coach at Pine City for a bunch of years. And when I first started my hockey broadcasting career, he was the coach of the Pine City Dragons, Pine City Rush City Dragons. They had a couple of different combinations there. And then he moved to St. Francis, and he's a Princeton native, was the coach at Pine City, and then became an administrator at Princeton, going back to his hometown. And now I think he's in Mora. I think he's the superintendent of schools in Mora. I follow him on Twitter. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch is fouled back. Hunter Smith is the leadoff man here, the shortstop for Anoka in the bottom of the 7th inning.
It's kind of like some of those northern Minnesota hockey towns. The names never go away.
No, certainly not. This one hit pretty sharply to short, and the toss over to first in time for the out. Tusoski makes a nice play there.
Nice seeing Dysowski at short. I know he was a second baseman at Elk River a few times that we saw him. Unfortunately, had a good team at Elk River, as we did here at Anoka in that COVID year when it got canceled.
Spence is now playing at first for Princeton, with Scheffel making the move from first to pitcher.
Boy, that's a big sweeping curveball he's got there.
Scheffel, fourth pitcher of the game here for Princeton. Deals to Garrett Hoffman, 1 ball and 1 strike.
He didn't throw real hard. He's kind of one of those junk ballers, looks like to me.
1 down, nobody on. Came with a little heat there.
Yes, he did.
1 ball, 2 strikes, sneaky fast.
It's pretty much every time I say something tonight, something different happens.
You're like the bizarro color man. Everything the opposite. Up is down, good is bad.
Yes.
White is black.
Yep, I am on.
Instead of saying hello, you say goodbye. Yep. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of the order on deck here for Anoka. Batting in the bottom of the 7th inning. In the dirt now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Have a new third baseman here for Princeton as well. As soon as he flashes his number, I'll get it. And that's Hallbeck, who's back over there now. This one hit pretty well to left center. And our left fielder there, he can't come up with it. I don't know. There's the sun still out there in left field. The late day sun. He may have had to battle that. And that's left fielder for the Princeton Panthers. Just kind of crumbled there with that ball, and I think he just lost sight of it.
Yeah, I don't think he got a real good jump on that ball. Came off the bat pretty good by Hoffman, but I think the sun got him a little bit and got a late jump on it.
That's Kinney. So Kinney's back out in left, it looks like.
Back to the top of the order for Anoka.
Hallbeck is playing at third. And to the top of the order we go. There's a runner at second. Official score has awarded that as a base hit, sun aided. I'd agree with that. Hoffman at second.
Good opportunity here for Anoka, getting your number 9 guy on with that top of the order. Is pretty good hitters for Anoka.
And that pitch just missed to Nate Tillman. And falling behind here is Scheffel. 3 balls, no strikes. Comes over the top and taking all the way is Tillman. 3 balls and 1 strike. It'd be interesting to see when Minnesota made that transition to aluminum bats. Had to be early 80s. Fouled back.
Maybe someone can dig that up for us.
Yeah. Well, it seems like we've got a fact checker in
we
Shannon Blanchett.
Yes, we do.
I'm sure he's frantically digging that up for us right now. He can tell that you and I are struggling with the broadcast. We need some help with the with some of the information. Here's a high fly ball to center. Carlson will make the catch, and Hoffman will stop at second. That's the second out of the inning on that fly ball to center field. 2 down. And here comes J.D. Wells, the second baseman. Wells has been on 3 times tonight. He has found a variety of ways to get on tonight. Hit by a pitch, reached in an air, and then doubled. Almost hit one out of the place. About 2/3 up the fence in left field. Hit the fence on the fly on that stand-up double back in the 5th inning.
Opportunity here to give their team a 5-run lead with a couple innings left to go.
4-0 Anoka. Scheffel delivers low.
Hey, working hard, guys.
1 ball the count.
Working hard, Gonzi.
Damon Rademacher, who started the game, and really tough luck. 3 innings for him, 3 runs, all 3 earned. Excuse me, unearned. Fly ball to center. Carlson waiting there for the Panthers, and he makes the catch. And that is all here for the Anoka Bucs. They're retired in the bottom of the 7th inning. We go to the 8th. We've played 7. 4-0 Bucs.
talk to strangers. You told me not to cross the street without looking both ways.
You told me not to touch the stove.
You told me not to do drugs.
You told me not to drink and drive.
You gave me so many messages about how to stay safe. Why didn't you keep me safe by properly storing your gun?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. Every day he's hungry for something. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then it kind of starts to work itself out.
Opening up the playoffs in Section 4B. As Princeton needing 4 runs here, the Panthers in the top of the 8th inning. Tanner Kinney back out in left field here for the Panthers. Takes strike 1 from Trent Fredenberg starting his 2nd inning of work. Here's a fly ball to right. And Thompson makes the catch for the Bucs.
Nice job by Fredenberg, throwing strikes, getting that first out. Princeton in need of some base runners here to threaten this game.
Well, Taylor Nelson started the game, and he really set the pace, working quickly, throwing strikes. Jay Carlson bats, the center fielder for the Panthers. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Popped up left side of the infield. Third baseman Tillman will have to make an underhanded basket Willie Mays kind of catch. The wind may have played a little bit of trick there with a little backspin on him. And now 2 down.
I know those 2 guys played together in our high school program. Smith's going, that's my ball all the way. That shortstop ball. I never heard Tillman so loud in my life.
Yeah.
Usually didn't say a whole lot, but he did there. He wanted it, but kind of drifted away from him.
Here's Dan Voce, the second baseman. I'm almost sure the time that the Princeton Tigers went to the state hockey tournament 4 or 5 years ago, years start to run together, he was on that team as well.
I believe so.
And here's a line drive to center field. Voce retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning here for Trent Fredenberg. And the speed of this game just continues to roll right along. 3 up, 3 down, top of the 8th, bottom of the 8th, on the way, 4-0. Anoka over Princeton.
That wind's starting to pick up a little bit, blowing out to right center field. If you have any left-handers, it would be an advantage for them right now, but it is a beautiful night here in Anoka.
Yeah, better tonight than last night. Although once the sun went down yesterday, it wasn't quite as oppressive. But Hutchinson, it felt like 115 at one point in time. That was their heat index, 115.
That is crazy.
I don't know if I could function in that kind of heat. I think I would just be in a pile, you know, just a heap in the corner somewhere.
That's where you'd want to be.
Right, inside.
Inside, right. Yeah, that's crazy.
Anoka in the bottom of the 8th. Hauge, Nelson, Piero, their due batters.
I went to
Princeton. Oh, by the way, John Patno. They'll go with their 5th pitcher of the night. Manager moved from Rockford, kind of the Rockford area, the Medina area. Played town ball down at Rockford. Then he moved up to Princeton, and Patno's name is very prevalent in the Malacca, Princeton area, and he does have a distant relationship to them, and he moved up to Princeton a few years ago, and he was the one who kind of got the charge going to get the town ball back going in Princeton.
Well, I think it's pretty big in Rockford, isn't it, Jim, too?
Yes.
town ball?
But I think they lost. I was talking to John. He said their team disbanded.
Oh.
So I don't know. Maybe it might be a different league or a different class, but his team disbanded in Rockford, I believe, is what John said. And then right around 2016, I was after I moved away and then came back in early 2010s or so. Here's a rip by Hauge into the gap.
That's gone.
And it's out of here. Just to the left of our center field camera and just to the left of the outfield lights. Second homer of the game here for Hauge, his fifth of the season. 3 RBIs tonight and a little bit of insurance. It's 5-0.
All right, what was the exit velocity on that one? You know.
I don't know the exit velocity. I don't know the launch angle.
It almost hit our truck.
I just know he hit it so hard I couldn't see it.
I know. I can't believe that thing went out. Holy buckets.
But it's a home run. I was trying to watch the fielders, and they didn't move. So, they just knew it was gone.
And that was left center. That was probably about 390, 385, something like that. It's 398 to dead center. But that was out right now. Second home run for Jackson Hauge.
Showing off that bat. He's got more games to play with the Mud Puppies here. Will play with the Bucs when he can. The 1-0 pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. That Northwoods League comes to developing as a college player in that wood bat league. Of course, college is not wood. It's got the newer aluminum bats, the BB Core bats. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to be a pitcher in college baseball nowadays.
Just think about the old bats before they kind of took some of the trampoline effect away.
Right.
Who was the guy? Pete played for the Rangers when he was in college. I mean, he was just hitting rockets.
Starts with an A.
Avankalanka, something. Somebody's going to, here's a roller to short, and it's going to be an infield hit for Nelson.
Was it Alonzo?
It was Pete something.
Yeah. Man, you can't do that.
Not Buddy Biancalana.
No.
I'm messing up names.
It's going to bother me now.
You forget a lot once you get over 50.
Oh, man.
Don't you?
Yeah, so I've been forgetting for a long time.
Right. Pete Incaviglia.
There you go.
Pete Incaviglia.
There we go. We have a winner.
Yeah. I knew it was going to come to me eventually, but he was with the old aluminum bats. So I just remember he's like taking guys' heads off.
Where was he? Oklahoma
One of those,
State.
Yeah.
Yep. I think Oklahoma State in the College World Series. You can believe me or you don't have to believe me, but I'm going with that.
1 strike here to Piero. Rips that one, but it's fouled. It's 0-2. Run in. Runner at first after the base hit by Lucas Nelson. Anoka has expanded their lead to 5-0, batting in the bottom of the 8th. The set here by Pat Node is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Princeton hosted the Region 7 4A baseball tournament up at Swede Solheim Field as well. That one is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 count. Piero strikeout, a single and a ground out. Pat Node, the 5th pitcher of the night here for the Panthers, lifted in the air foul, and that'll be out of play. On the overhang roof here of the grandstand at Castle Field. Stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Comfy place to watch a game. The steep pitch of the bleachers here in the grandstand. Just feel like you're right on top of the field as that one's a quick snap throw down.
Well, we get a nice breeze up here too.
Yeah, that never hurts. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Dave Wells knew to open that back window.
He knows the properties of airflow. Right. It's science. This one in the air to left field, a little crisscross there. Princeton will make the catch in the outfield. That'll be the first out of the inning. And Nelson back to first.
That was not an easy catch right there. He went a long, long way into left center field and ran that one down. Very impressive catch.
Here comes Austin Lang. Number 24, hitting in that number 6 spot. That's where Taylor Nelson, the man who pitched so well here tonight, that's where he had been previously.
Lang was a senior at Anoka this past season. Played in the high school all-star game and is going to Augsburg next year.
1 strike to count to him. Lang fouls this one back. No balls and 2 strikes. Lang looking for his first hit. This is just his 11th plate appearance in now his 6th game that he has played. And that pitch is low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I want to commend the coaches and the people that run these leagues, both the Metro Minny and the Eastern Minny. They do a good job of keeping their stats up to date. 1 ball, 2 strikes, fouled back. Still 1 and 2. I mean, it would rival anything else, any of the high schools, any of the hubs, anything as far as the stats being up to date and being accurate. I guess I don't know if they're accurate or not, but they're there, and I'm going to use them.
You gotta like that. You know,
every game in there, and the schedules, and the postponements, and the standings, and upcoming playoff schedules.
You know, these guys who run these teams, though, they're baseball guys.
They are, and they take it seriously,
yes,
and that's why you have to have guys that take it seriously. There's a swing and a miss on the 2-2 pitch, and Lang goes down for the second out of the inning. You have to have people take it seriously and be passionate about it. Otherwise, town ball in Minnesota wouldn't be where it is.
Yes,
as
absolutely.
well known nationally and as fun as it is with everything, and a TV station out of the Twin Cities actually going to these games and doing a full afternoon and evening of broadcast.
Yeah, that tells you something right there. Yeah, one of the better states in the United States with
Certainly.
town ball. That's for sure. It's a proven fact.
Batter here for Anoka is the right fielder Tanner Thompson with 2 down and a run in. Run in on a couple of hits. Here's a called strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Thompson. Fielder's choice, sacrifice bunt, and a fly out. 7 hits now in the game here for Anoka. Fouled away. A little bit of an inside out swing. Ding off of the pole. And it stays here, no balls and 2 strikes.
He wins the prize. He wins the stuffed teddy bear.
Yeah, ring the bell.
There you
on
go.
The carnival.
He does not get cheated up there. He has a healthy hack at that ball every time.
Patno to Thompson, that one wide. Rademacher will have it go past him, and heading to second with the wild pitch, Lucas Nelson ends up at second.
Yeah, Princeton can ill afford to give up another run here. Afford to.
0-2 pitch. That one had some bend on it. John Patno pulled the string on it. And it just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he froze him right there.
Here's another 1-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. That one's going to get past Rademacher, and Nelson will move up another 90 feet. And that fills the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hunter Smith, the shortstop, on deck here for Anoka. Princeton opens up the playoffs on Saturday. I believe those games are at high seeds on Saturday. Well, no, I think they're all, let me take a look here, because they're all at staggered times. Yep, they're playing in Princeton. So Princeton, Swede Solheim Veterans Field, hosting the regional tournament. So they hosted the regional baseball tournament, and there's a swing and a miss. Thompson goes down swinging. And they will be doing the same for town ball up at Princeton. So Patno gets up.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
It would have been a save scenario for him, as it would have been his third inning. But Piero will get a chance here to pitch. Third pitcher tonight for the Anoka Bucs. They have a new first baseman as well. And that's Jackson Hauge has moved from left to first. You don't see that move too often.
No.
Defensive. Left fielder over to first base. But I don't know, I get a feeling Jackson Hauge could play anywhere.
I think
pretty much,
could,
huh?
Yeah. I think Dalton Hoffman going out to left field, number 19. I know Hoffman's a left-hander, and that's what that is. That's
process of elimination.
That's right. That's right.
Nolan Spence here for Princeton. Last chance here for the Panthers, top of the ninth. Fouled away.
Well, a guy like Hauge, first base, you know, we have a kid at Anoka who's just signed with Illinois, name's Reagan Reeder, and they tell him that, I said, well, what do they want you to play? And he said, corner infield, corner outfield. So third base, first base, he's about a 6'6" kid, or corner outfield. You know, he's not one of those speed guys who they're going to put in the middle of the field. So
no,
it's kind of like Hauge.
3 balls and 1 strike to Nolan Spence. From Piero, turns on it, pulls it foul. Fills the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck batter here is John Patnode. He'll be hitting in shuffle spot here, following Nolan Spence. Spence hits this one to the right side, up and out of play. Stays 3 balls and 2 strikes. Spence 0 for 3, ground to short. Tap back to the pitcher and fly to left. No runs and 4 hits here for Princeton. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Spence retired by Piero, 1 down.
You know, I was biting my tongue there because I was going to say Anoka hasn't been walking anybody, but then he would have walked, so I bit my tongue. He struck him out.
Piero, if you're wondering, this is his 6th appearance. All in relief. He's 0 for 1 on the season. 5.87 ERA, 4 walks, 11 strikeouts, 5 earned runs. Entering this appearance here, 7 2/3 innings pitched. And now team manager John Patnode. And he'll take low, ball 1 from Piero. Piero, the right-hander, sets, works quick. And misses. 3 balls and no strikes. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk. So Patnode takes 4 pitches, gets a runner on. Now Tyson Jasowski, strikeout, couple of singles. He has 2 of their 4 hits tonight.
Well, you want to just keep throwing strikes right now. Don't give them any free base runners. Throw strikes, let your defense do what they've been doing all night, which is making plays for you. So it starts by getting ahead.
Taylor Nelson started. He pitched 4 1/3 innings of no-hit ball. Princeton didn't get their first hit until the top of the 5th with 1 out. Ball 1 to Dusoski. Foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hallbeck due up next. Nelson went the first 6 innings. He's the pitcher of record. Couple of hits, a walk, a hit batter. Good pop on that fastball. Called a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, hit that outside corner, goes up 1-2 on Dusoski here.
That breaking ball sweeps away. Dusoski takes it. Evening the count here at 2-2.
Nice scoop by Hoffman. Backhanding that one. Not allowing the runner to move up.
Patno, the runner at first, holding with him there is Hauge. And turning on and pulling it foul Dusoski, and it continues here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, the game's up at Princeton on Saturday in the quarterfinals. St. Francis plays Hinckley. North Branch will play the Quamba Cubs. Mora faces Isanti, and Princeton will play the late game, 8 o'clock on Saturday against the Chisago Lakes Ramsey winner. Those 2 teams will play on Thursday in the play-in game.
Ramsey's a new team in the league.
3-2 pitch hit the other way. This one kind of tailing away from Thompson. He'll have to let it bounce. And Princeton has their 5th hit of the game. Patnode stops at second, first and second with 1 out. Princeton trying to string some hits together, try to get that 0 off the board first, and then you never know, anything can happen. Here's Luke Hallbeck.
Yeah, that was a big run to add for Anoka. The way this is shaping up right now is that second home run by Hauge to give him a 5-run lead.
Hallbeck, a sacrifice, a fly out, and a ground out. 0 for 2 here tonight. Started at third, he pitched, and now is back playing at third. The Piero pitch is on the outside corner. It evens things up here at 1 ball and 1 strike. Anoka trying to get their 18th win of the season. As it's ball 2, 2-1.
Anoka playing straight away here. Double play depth.
Misses, 3-1. Misses. Second walk of the inning, and that loads him up. Patnode to third, Dusoski to second. Hallbeck is at first, and as you mentioned, you get that 5th run. Takes you out of that scenario where the grand slam ties the game up.
This is the guy you really got to go after right now because the tying run's on deck.
And still just 1 out, and Rademacher turns on it, hits it well down the left field line. It is gone. That's a grand slam, and this is a 1-run game. Damon Rademacher gives one a ride to left field. Wind now blowing a little bit out to the outfield. Whether that needed help or not, who knows? But what a blast here by the Princeton Panthers, and they have some life here in the top of the 9th inning with 1 out. Bases are now empty, but they put 4 on the board, and it's 5-4.
Wow, just like that. We were saying earlier that was a big home run by Hauge to give him that 5th run because we're sitting at 5-4 right now. It'll be interesting to see what they're going to do here. Going to make a move or stick with him and try to get it out.
The due batter is Polkamp. And they'll stay here with Piero. So Rademacher, his 2nd home run of the season. RBIs 15, 16, 17, and 18. And what a blast, and what a big hit here by Princeton. This one got interesting in a hurry. And Polkamp, the batter, batting in the number 9 spot, takes strike 1. And of course, if you're Piero, you're just get the out.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to put that tying run on base. He gets doing what he needs to do right now. He's up 0-2.
No balls and 2 strikes. That might be the hardest thing for pitchers to do, though, put something like that behind him, right? Swing and a miss, but he comes out here and gets pole camp 1, 2, 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Now 2 down.
And we go back to the top of the order with Tanner Kenny. And I'm not sure, does Kenny have a hit yet today? Is that hit streak on the line?
That hitting streak is on the line. He's walked. He is 3 for 3 here tonight. And again, that hitting streak is 19. 19 games this season. He has at least 1 hit in every game. And he swings at that one and misses. Sounded like a foul tip into the glove of Hoffman's glove. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Princeton down to their final strike. Ooh, that was close.
Wow, that was close. Put one right there again.
Low. Good eye by Kenny. 2-2. He represents the tying run here, 2 down. Nobody on, top of the 9th. Hits the other way and caught at third. So a speared ball at third, and that's how this game ends. That one made a bid for left field, but doing a nice job getting a glove on it.
Nate Tillman.
Was Tillman. And able to flag it down, and we have ourselves a final here at Castle Field. Got tight in the end. Princeton with a nice rally. 4 runs in the top of the 9th. On a couple of hits, and of course the big hit was the grand slam by Damon Rademacher, got him to within 1. And then Kinney with that laser towards third, and Tillman able to flag it down and catch it in the air. Otherwise we might still be playing. But our final here tonight from Castle Field, Anoka 5 and Princeton 4. Princeton falls on the season to 16-4. Good luck to them in the upcoming section playoffs. Anoka goes to 18-10. They play on Friday against Forest Lake to open up the playoffs here at Castle Field. Taylor Nelson gets the win, went 6 innings, improved to 4-2 on the season. Just a couple of hits, struck out 1, walked 1, no runs given up by Nelson. And whoever gave up the 5th run of the game ends up taking the loss for the Princeton Panthers. And that was in the 8th inning, so that would have been Scheffel. So Scheffel takes the loss here tonight. For Anoka, 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They leave 5. And for Princeton, 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. And they leave a total of 3 here tonight. Pete, good working with you.
Well, it was fun, Jim. Great game tonight. Good luck to both teams in the playoffs.
Regular season wrapped up. Good luck for the teams in the playoffs. Thanks, everybody in the truck and all of our crew here tonight from Castle Field. Again, your final score, 5-4. Bucs over the Panthers. For Pete Hayes, I'm Jim Erickson. Good night, everybody.